Hey guys, it's Aubrey and I'm going to be telling you ways to stay safe during a flood and the causes and effect of a flood. So the first thing is turn around and don't drown. So before a flood, try to build barriers near areas so water can't enter your home. Keep the radio on or the TV on so that you know what's going on outside. Be sure you know the difference between a flood watch and a flood warning. A watch means a flood is possible to happen. A warning means a flood is going to occur or is occurring now. During a flood, don't go outside because the water can move fast and make you fall. Also, don't drive during a flood because the water is stronger than a car. And also, the main thing to do is go to higher ground so that you are safe. Do not touch electrical equipment when it is wet because it can hurt you. After a flood, listen to the radio to see if the water is safe to drink because the water could have oil, gasoline, raw sewage, and any other bacteria in it that can harm you. Stay away from power lines and other electricity when it is wet. And return home to the radio or the TV so you know when it's good to go outside, when it's safe to drink the water. Also, once it is clear to go outside, try to help and clean up because you need to clean up. And also, last but not least, stay safe. The causes and effects of a flood. The causes can be heavy rain, storms, rainfall, which is the drainage capacity of the area, which is all the rain in one area, which can just pile up. The effects are, well, it can affect the economy because they have to use the money to clean up what the flood did. Also, it can affect the environment because it can mess up the water supply they need. It can mess up the environment, like trees knocking down, homes and buildings collapsing. It also can affect the people. Also, during a flood, it can mess up roads, bridges, farms, houses, and cars. Also, last but not least, people can become homeless just because of one flood. Well, bye guys.
Hey guys, my name is Macy, and my question is, which areas of the U.S. does your natural disaster pose a major threat to and a medium threat to, and why? The major threats are southern part of Texas, the east and west and southern part of Florida, Maine, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, the east part of Georgia, the east part of North Carolina, the east part of South Carolina, the east part of Virginia, Washington, D.C., Delaware, Outer Banks, the southern part of Mississippi, the southern part of Louisiana, the southern part of Alabama, the southern part of New Mexico, the southern part of Arizona, the west part of California, the west part of Oregon, the west part of Washington, and all of Hawaii. The medium threats are Vermont, New York, Pennsylvania, and Maryland. In these states, floods pose a major threat to them because they are all mainly on the coast of the U.S. Depending on where a hurricane hits, those coast states will be affected by rain, which might turn into a flood if there is enough rain. What kind of impact will floods have on human life and property? Floods have a very big impact on human life and property. Some of the impacts that floods have on human life would be that they would most likely lose their homes. Another impact on human life is that our firefighters, police, and medics all go outside and risk their life to save our lives. The impact floods have on property would be that it takes away animals' lives, wash away farms, crops, buildings, roads, bridges, and cars. And that's all. Bye!
Hey guys, I'm Mandy, and in our project I had the scientific part, and yeah, so I'll just read what I had to do in the project. So what I had to do is,
what happened it happened, how many people it impacts, how much money it costs to clean up, anything we find important, create a graph for historical finds, include the most important graph in our presentation, create a timeline of what the natural disaster would look like from start to finish. Be sure all sources, the ones everyone is using, are relatable, meaning more than one website states the same information or facts.
So that's what I had to do. So here is a picture of the flood timeline, like somewhere over there. It's not picture. I'm not going to read what it says because I have another paper for that, but yeah. And then I have a picture of the, this is our flood data, of how much money it costs and how many people killed. So that's what it looks like. Here's the deaths. So I'm not going to read that because I also have it on paper. So, there's the Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania flood. It happened in March 1907, and it cost $5 million and 6 to 12 people perishing. Austin, Pennsylvania dam failure, September 30th, 1911, $86,000 to clean up, 80 people died. New England flood, November 1927, it cost $40 million and 85 people died. Ohio River of 1937, January, it cost $20 million and 385 people perished. Michigan flood, April 1947, it cost $4 million and 50 to 75 people perished. The Great Flood of 1951 in Kansas, it took over 870 million and 41 lives it took. The West Coast tsunami, March 1964, it took 14 million and 11 people passed away. Next is the Rapid City, South Dakota flood, June 1972, it took 14 million and 11 people passed away. Next is the Rapid City, South Dakota flood, June 1972. It took 238 lives and it cost $160 million. Next is the Tropical Storm Octave flooding in Arizona. It was 1983. It took $3 million and 14 had died. In California flood, it happened in January and it was in March. It was 1995 and it took $1.8 billion to clean up and 35 people have lost their lives. Okay, so in the
description box, here's everybody's social media. This is everybody, including Macy's, mine, Kristen's, and Aubrey's. Yes, and then here's all the websites we use, and then the apps we use. So
yeah, bye.
Turn around and don't drown. Stay safe. Thanks for watching our video about floods. Go look at the description and